Well, towards the end I was in high school, senior in high school, junior, senior. Yeah, I went with a guy that was in the Korean War, and my friends had boyfriends that were in the Korean War. They were drafted. When a boy turned 18, they got drafted, and they got sent to wherever the war was. Yeah, some got sent, just stayed in the States, and some got sent to Korea. And the one I was going with, he got sent to Korea, and he was there like 3 months, and he got killed. And I found out about it when it was in the paper. And he was the only boy in his family, and his mom took it really well. I found out, no, I didn't get a letter. The serviceman went and told his mother, but I found out when it was in the paper. They listed the ones that got killed in the paper. So that's how I found out. Well, I called the mother and offered her my apologies. No, you didn't call when you're overseas. It isn't like now when you got cell phones. You either got a letter or, yeah, you either got a letter or you didn't hear nothing, you know. You had to wait for the mail to come. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. No, the mailman delivered it. Oh. The mailman delivered it to you. It all depends. If he was in a battle, you didn't hear from him, or maybe once a week, or once every, like it is now. Everybody was poor and they didn't know it, I guess, you know. And yeah, I was always from a family that had whatever I needed, but my mom and dad both worked, and gas was cheap, not like today. Oh, you send packages to the guys overseas, but you didn't know if they ever got them, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was more of a patriotic war than you squash cans and save the cans, and yeah. We didn't have food stamps then, but they did the Second World War. I can remember that. Where you got so much sugar, so much coffee, whatever. But that didn't happen during the Korean War. Well, I'll tell you, I was a girl in high school that didn't think much about a war. I know the guys thought more about it, because when they were 18, they'd get their draft notice. But yeah, you felt bad for all the guys that were over there that got killed and wounded. But as far as it affecting me, no, it didn't, but I was glad it did. Because a lot of them didn't have anybody that wrote to them, and they were lonesome, and so you wrote to them and tried to cheer them up a little bit. And yeah, it was fun both ways. Well, after I graduated, I got a job and got a new boyfriend, and you know, your life went on. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's hard to lose anybody. You feel sorry for the ones that, all of them that got killed over there. And I talked to ones that came back, and they said Korea was leveled. South Korea, Seoul, Korea. The bridges were out, and the buildings were all down, and it was a disaster. Yeah. Well, they said how hot it was there, and they perspired so much under all their uniform that they had to wear, and their artillery they had to carry. Well, they didn't have much else to talk about. You know, there's not much going on when they're not fighting, I guess, waiting for the enemy to attack. This guy is Chuck. And he wrote on the back here that he served in the United States Navy from 1943 to 1947, and then from 1949 to 1952 he served in occupational Japan in the Army. And he was studying to be a doctor. Lost track of them. But that was a bunch of BS.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say the word, that's okay.
It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
They'd say that to anybody that wrote to them and thought about them. Sent them cookies and candy.
Did they like that, getting all that?
Yeah, they did, and they'd pass it out among the barracks to the guys, yeah. Something from home. Yeah, it's nice to read when you're pushing 80. Yeah. Gotta thank all them guys for keeping us safe.